All right, let's go out to Iowa City, Iowa, and talk to Riley. What up, Riley?
Hi, how are you doing today?
I'm all right, man. How are you?
I'm doing better than before, but yeah.
So what's
just
up, man?
hanging on.
What's up?
So me and my wife, we haven't really been doing too good these last few weeks. Haven't been my best. Just found out recently, a couple weeks ago, she cheated on me, and I don't know. I just my head's everywhere still, and I just don't know what to do. I first was thinking about rushing into a divorce, but once I started getting out of my emotions, I started thinking of maybe possibly trying to work it out. I just don't know, because it's also hard because we also have a 1-year-old, and yeah.
How long you been married, man?
Sadly, we've only been married for about 6 months, but we were together for about 4 years.
So you've been together for 4 years, and she cheated on you while y'all were dating?
No. She cheated on me when we were married.
So you've only been married for 6 months?
Mm-hmm.
So this is very recent.
Yes.
And you have a 1-year-old?
Yes, we have a 1-year-old.
Okay. So somewhere between the baby being born and then y'all getting married, she was with somebody else?
That's the thing. I don't know if they were really it was like a long-term thing, or if it was just she told me it was just like a one-time thing. So.
But you don't believe that?
I don't know what to believe. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I hate this for you, man.
Yeah, and it sucks because I'm only 22, and I understand in some parts, I wasn't giving her, more love and affection that she wanted. I don't know. I got a lot on my mind, a lot on my plate.
So you're 22. You've been with the same woman for 4 years. You've been married for 6 months. You have a 1-year-old baby. And during a recent discussion, your wife told you that, hey, within the last 6 months, within our time of being married, I had a one-night stand with somebody. And somebody that's not you. And you're 22. You got a lot going on in your mind. And you don't really know which way to turn.
Yeah, basically, because I just been really set on wanting us to get us, financially stable and living the life that, a lot of people could dream of. And
what are you doing for work?
Right now, just to, bring money on the table and provide. I just do security. I make okay money there. I am thinking about getting a new job though, or maybe getting a second job to bring more money in. But
what's your wife do?
She works in assistant care living.
Okay. Do y'all have child care for your baby?
Yeah.
Okay. I think you need to work 3 jobs, dude. And your wife probably needs to work 1, maybe 2. Maybe if she needs to be home with baby as soon as she can, I get that. And this is separate than the conversation here. I'm going to circle around and answer your original question here. But you sound like a 22-year-old guy who the whole world just showed up in your house. And when I say the whole world, I mean reality. And most 22-year-olds, especially in the U.S., live in this fantasy world. It's not real. Right? Like, I want to follow my passions, and I want to have a unicorn and a pony. And I don't want any bills, and I want to live in downtown Manhattan in a 4,000 square. Like, they just don't live in reality. And your reality just hits you in the mouth. You have a baby. You have a wife.
Yeah.
You're dealing with infidelity. You don't have any money. I'm assuming you don't have a degree or a career trajectory?
No, okay. I don't have no degree or anything. The main thing I just want to be is an author.
Okay, that's not for today.
Yeah.
I've been a best-selling author 2 times over, 3 times over. Number 1 twice. And it didn't happen until I was in my 40s. And I've been writing my whole life. Okay?
Yeah.
So I want you write every single day of your life, but you do that after the baby's in bed and after your wife's asleep.
Yep.
Right now we're working 2 and 3 jobs because you've got to get out of survival mode, because right now your head is so clouded. You don't even know up from down, left to right. And that makes the when your body's in fight or flight, when you're just trying to survive, you don't make good rational thinking, you don't do things rationally because your brain doesn't want you thinking rationally. It wants you to not die. It wants you to survive. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And so the way we're going to get out of this is by slowly getting your feet into concrete, standing on some kind of firm foundation here. One of those steps is going to be financial. Okay? The other thing is going to be you standing up, feeling a little bit more like a dad, like a husband, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you don't feel like that right now. You still feel like a little boy. Fair?
Yeah.
Yeah. You feel like a little boy. You're not. You're 22 years old. You can vote. I don't know if the options are great, but you can vote, right? And you're going to be able to, you have a kid. You have a wife. You got stuff to do, right? So we're going to get a couple of jobs, and we're going to do that today. There's too much work out there right now, okay? That's number 1. Number 2, do you have a man in your life that you can sit down and talk to?
Yeah.
Who?
My father.
Is that a good person to talk to?
Oh, he's a great person to talk to.
Does he tell you the truth, or does he tell you what you want to hear, or does he try to make himself feel better at your expense?
Nope, he's full on blunt.
Okay, so what did he say when you told him that you found out your wife cheated on you?
He said that I should give it just a couple weeks, let my head clear.
Well, that's a good man then. Good for him. Because you're like most of us. You have had this story in your head, like, if anybody ever cheats on me, bro, I'm out of here, right? You've said that to yourself over and over, right?
Yeah.
And then the idea of seeing your daughter 2 days a week, maybe, about rips your guts out, doesn't it?
Yeah. It definitely, yeah.
And the thought of just throwing away 4 years of being in a relationship with somebody is pretty brutal too, right? You love this woman?
Oh, yeah, no, I love her.
Okay. Here's the thing that I don't know if y'all have done yet, okay? And I'm going to hook you up with a couple of things to help you along the way. Y'all, if you choose to stay together, you're going to have to rebuild your marriage from the floor up. And I don't think that's a bad option for you anyway. Because I don't know that y'all were very intentional about how all this happened. She get pregnant, and then you were like, oh, it's been 4 years. And you're like, well, let's just get married. And that's how that went?
No, it's just one of those things where, like, we're starting to, like, get our lives together and stuff and help each other's passions and everything. And I just felt like, you know, she was a one, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. But I mean, she was carrying your baby before you even proposed, right?
No, I proposed to her before she was pregnant.
Okay. All right. Let me tell you something about following your passion. You become really passionate about what you're good at. And you become really good at what you practice all the time in the dark when nobody's watching. And for most of us, we either have some insane internal drive that's just crazy, or we have a coach or a deadline that is forcing that upon us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
Right now, you like the idea of being paid to be a writer.
Oh, yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah, no. It's been my dream and my passion since I was in 2nd grade.
All right. I want to give you a stark other side of it. Having a book deadline due, I turned in a chapter for my last book on Christmas Eve. I wrote on Christmas Day. I had a standoff with my wife in the garage where she was sobbing. And I was in service to a book deadline. So there's a life to being an author on the other side, and there's the book tour, and then there's the managing social media. So there's a whole other side of this thing that is hard to get passionate about until you have been grinding it for years. Okay? I tell you all that to tell you this. You guys deciding like we're going to support each other's passions, that's not a good way to approach a marriage. A good way to approach a marriage is, I love you. What do you need from me today to be well and whole? Here's what I need. And then, but I've got to get my passion time in and get my Fortnite time in or whatever. That's not for today.
Right.
You need me to do X, Y, and Z? I'm in. And in this world that I've, like in the book writing world, in the show making world, in the entertainment world, it's those who with this relentless, almost lunatic drive that are up at before the world is up or is still awake late at night. Because they can't see a world where they're not, like, they can't breathe unless they write. They can't breathe unless they create something. They can't breathe. I remember a season when I couldn't get out of my head if I didn't understand how a psychological theory worked. So I'd stay up all night just trying to figure it out. All my friends said you're crazy. My family said I was crazy. It just became a thing I couldn't turn off. But you're not there yet. Right. Here's why I'm telling you all that stuff. You and your wife are going to have to decide to build something completely new. In October, if you're still together, I'm going to give you and her a pass to the Money and Marriage event that me and Rachel Cruz put on here in Nashville. Okay?
Okay.
Tickets aren't even for sale yet. It's almost half sold out for people who went through it last year and immediately bought. But I'm going to offer you 2 tickets. And that's if y'all are still together in October. Okay?
All right.
That's number 1. Number 2, I'm going to give you both of my books. Own Your Past, Change Your Future is about, okay, the world just hit me. Now what?
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay. And Building a Non-Anxious Life, the most recent book, is a model. It's a path for you and your wife to build a sustainable life.
Okay.
Right now, you have a baby. You have a marriage that is hanging on by a piece of dental floss. It's not the time to follow your passion. It's time to get some economic security. You and her go see a marriage counselor ASAP. We can't afford that. I'm telling you right now, you got to have that.
Right.
Okay?
We are planning on seeing a marriage counselor this week.
Lots and lots and lots and lots of people plan on seeing counselors and they never go.
Yeah.
Okay. If she doesn't show up or doesn't want to go, that's what you need to know. She's not invested. If you don't show up, that's what she needs to know. That you're not invested. Okay. Now, 30 seconds. Here's what preparing for divorce looks like. Get to see your kid much less. You're going to have to get a second place to live. Or she's going to have to get a second place to live. You're going to have to navigate child support, separate holidays, dating again, explaining to your friends and family, and figuring out with the kid. You see what I'm saying? None of this is easy.
Yeah, no, it definitely does not sound nor look easy. I witnessed my dad go through the divorce process.
But also, staying with somebody who cheated on you is not easy either.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to choose your heart. There is no easy path forward. They're both very difficult.
Right.
Okay? I don't want you to think one is easier than the other, is what I'm trying to say. They're both going to be hard.
Yeah.
If you still love this woman and you think you can make it work, and she's willing to rebuild everything with you, that's going to be showing you her phone or not having phones, turning them off, not going out and meeting other people for lunch and dinner and things like that. They're going to put her in positions where she can make a stupid decision on one night. That you are going to plug back in and ask her every day, how can I love you today? What do you need? What do you need? What do you need? And you show up.
Right.
If y'all want to rebuild something, that you get some economic security so y'all are not just scraping by every second of the day. Whew. Now y'all can build something that can last. And continue to sit down with your old man. He's a trustworthy guy, sounds like. And continue to say, hey, I'm not doing okay today. Or, Dad, what's your wisdom on this? I love that his first impulse was, I want you to take a breath. Because, son, I've been down this road and it was hell. And it caused a lot of problems for me and my family. Just take a breath. It's a wise, wise man there.